Hello everyone, welcome back to chapter number 3, and today we are going to look at the fourth data structure inside the Python collection data types. Okay, so let's get started. Dictionaries. Dictionaries are a collection of values and are used to store key value pairs. So in a dictionary, you will have a structure where you have various keys and values assigned to them. Here in the dictionary, every key has to be unique. You cannot add, duplicate keys inside a dictionary. Okay, so let's see how can you define them. So for example, let's see I have a dictionary called data. So you write the variable name first and then you give curly braces. Inside the curly braces, you have something called key and then you give it a value. So here say I have, key called name and value, say I have pseudocoder. Now, if I want to add multiple values in a dictionary, what I can do is I can do comma and then I can add another key value pair. So key, say for example, here we can say course and then colon and then the value. Let's say Python. Okay, so that's how you define a dictionary. Now there is a different way to define a dictionary as well. You can do something like, data and then just curly braces, or you can do something like data and then the dict method. Here you don't have to specify anything inside it, but if you want you can. But in this way you can just define a empty dictionary. Okay, here you what you can do is you can do key equal to value, key equal to value. For example, I can add a name to it, so I can say name. Here remember that you do not need single quotes for the keys, whereas for the values you do need them. So you can say something like, pseudocoder. And then if you want to add another key value pair, you can say, course equal to Python. So you just have to mention a comma and then give name of the another key value pair. So let's see. First, let me print this. So print in data. So I'm just going to print the first one and we are going to see how it looks. Okay, so you can see that name pseudocoder and course Python. Now let me move this down. So when I do a data definition again, what it's going to do is it's going to overwrite what we have above. So just to prove my point, say I have something like data 2 and I click on run, you can see that I get a dictionary again. The keys and values here can be actually anything. So we can just test that. So if I remove this, I can say, something like H. So if it's a string, it has to be in double quotes. Or if it's a number, then you can just give it like that. So you can say something like 0. And then you can say something like, hi. So that is also one way to you can have, any type of values inside a dictionary. You can have any data type as a key, any data type as a value. But just for best practice, what is recommended is that you use the same data type for the key and value. That makes the dictionary very, specific for the use and it keeps clarity. All right. So now that we know how to define a dictionary, let's move on and see how can you access items inside a dictionary. Here I have taken the same example of data, and what we are going to do is how we are going to learn how to access items in a dictionary. So if you want to get a particular value of a particular key, then what you can do is you can write the dictionary name and then square brackets and then the name of the key. Okay, remember that you can extract the values based on keys, not the other way round. So here what I can do is if I do data and then square brackets and name, that has to be in quotes. So what it will do is it will fetch the value associated with this key. So it's here pseudocoder. So let's print this out and see what it returns. So I'm going to print that. You can see it returns back pseudocoder. If I go and write here course and I execute, it returns me Python. So here I can give any key name and it will return its associated value. Another way of getting a item from getting a value from a dictionary is to use the dot get method. So what it does is you have to write a dictionary name and then dot get. Now get takes in two attributes. One is the key, and then the second parameter is what if it doesn't return anything, what to do then, what to return then. So for example, if I first have to mention the key name, so I can say name, comma, and here I have to give it something that will be returned if the particular key doesn't exist. So I can say something like, 0. Here, if I go ahead and print this, now I do have a name key inside my data, right? Inside my dictionary. So when I execute this, it is going to return me pseudocoder. But suppose I do something like, name one. Now I don't have a name one key inside my dictionary. So let's see what happens. So when I run that, you see that it returns me 0. That means that whenever this key is not present, it will return this value. Now, this is actually very important if you are solving any algorithm and data structures, because if you try to access the key directly using the item access method, so using the square brackets and giving the name of the key, if the item doesn't exist, if the key doesn't exist, it will give you an error. So let me show you this very quickly. So here, instead of course, say I have course 2 and I run this, you see that I get a key error saying that course 2, it cannot find course 2. So in order to handle that very subtly, what we have is a dot get method. All we have to do is we have to give it the value that is going to return if the particular key doesn't exist. Okay. And now let's see, what if you want to get all the keys inside the dictionary? What you can do is you can use the method dot keys. So you can do data dot keys and then parentheses. So if I execute this, if I print and execute it, you can see that it gives me all the data keys, name and course. If I want to get all the values inside a dictionary, what I have to do is data.values. So I do data.values, I execute, you can see that it returns me back pseudocoder and Python, which is actually the value inside my dictionary. Now, what if I want all the items inside my dictionary? What do I use then? In that case, what you can do is you can do dot items and I execute this. It returns me a dictionary where you have name, pseudocoder, course, Python. Okay, so you see there are different methods that we have in order to get a single item, or if you want to get all the keys, all the values, or all the items inside the dictionary. So I hope this was helpful. Now let's move on to the next topic, that is updating the dictionary. The reason you see here add and update dict values is because there are the syntax for updating and adding to the dictionary is exactly the same. So that's why I decided to club these both together. Okay, so let's see how can you first add to the dictionary. What you can do is you have to write the dictionary name, so data, and then here you have to give the key that you want to add, so new key. So okay, so say I have something called age and I always like to believe that I'm 21, so I'm going to do 21. So data age 21, what it's going to do is it's going to add this key to my dictionary and it's going to add the value for that key as 21. Okay, so let me print this. So if I go ahead and print data, execute, you can see that age 21 has been added to the data dictionary. Now, what we do is, suppose I do something like, name, and then I do 21. So even if I'm trying to add a new key, because the key already exists, when I execute this statement, what is going to happen is it's going to update the existing key value to 21. So say if I execute, you can see that name has been updated to 21. So what does this tell us? This tells us that whenever you do a dictionary name, provide a key and then a value, that it searches for the key inside the dictionary. If it exists, it updates the value. If it doesn't exist, then it creates a new entry. And that is why we have a single topic. That's why I included add and update inside the same topic. Okay, so this is what you understand. Now there is another way of doing this, is using the dot update method. So what you do is you write the dictionary name and then you have the update keyword, parentheses, and then here you can give curly braces. Now inside the curly braces you can add as many key value pairs as you want. So for example, I do name and I change the name to Ravina. If I execute this, so what is first, let's see what it does. So it's a dot update, parentheses, curly braces. And now here basically I'm giving it a subset of my dictionary. I'm saying the name should be Ravina. So it's going to go to the name. It's going to find the key name. So here, and then it's going to update its value to Ravina. So when I execute this, you can say name has been updated to Ravina. Here, there's one interesting thing. Say if I give it age and I give it a value of 21. Now what will happen is this update method is going to go inside the dictionary. It's going to check for the key name. Okay, it found it. So it's going to update the value. Here, when it looks to for the age key, it doesn't find it in the dictionary because it's not there. So it will create a new key value pair entry. Okay, so let me execute that, and now you can see that even if I used a dot update method, it is going to create a item for every value that doesn't already exist inside the dictionary. Okay, so the dot update method and the assignment way of updating and adding to the dictionary are exactly the same. These are both upserts. Now what is upsert? Upsert is update and insert. If the value is present, it updates it, otherwise it inserts that value. Okay, so this is an upsert operation that dictionary provides. Okay, so that's all about adding and updating dictionary values. Now let's see how can you remove from the dictionary. The first method that we are going to look at to remove from the dictionary is the dot pop method. So all you do is write the dictionary name dot pop, and inside the parentheses you provide the key for of the item that you want to pop. So for example, I want to get rid of age, so I can do age. Okay, when I do that and if I print this out, so I print data, you can see that age has been removed from my dictionary. Now there is another way you can delete an item from the dictionary. What you can do is you can use a delete method. So you can do del and you can do data square brackets and then the key. Okay, so what it will do is it will delete the age key from my dictionary. So if I execute this, you see that we get the same result back. Age has been removed from my dictionary. What if you want to remove the most recent item from the dictionary? You can do that by using the dot pop item method. Okay, so for example, here inside my dictionary, you can see that name is first, the second is codes, and the third one is age. So when I do data dot pop item, what it will do is it will take the most recently added item inside the dictionary and then pop it. So when I execute this, you see that it removes age from here. If I do pop item again, what it will do is it will remove codes from the dictionary. So let me execute this. You can see that it is only name is there in the dictionary and it has gotten rid of codes and age. This is the dot pop item. Now, what if you want to clear all the items inside a dictionary? How can you do that? So you can do that using the dot clear method. So here what you can do is the dictionary name and then dot clear. So when you do that, what happens it is will remove all the items from the dictionary. So when I execute this and I print the data, you can see that the dictionary is now empty. Okay, so we have seen this dot clear methods a lot of times, and it is the same for all the lists. I mean, all the collection data types. Okay, now the last method, last method where say you want to delete the whole dictionary, you don't need this dictionary anymore. So what do? What you can do is, we have seen this before as well in the different collection data types. Delete keyword and then the name of the dictionary. So this is going to delete this dictionary. And if I go and print this dictionary, what it will do is it will throw an error saying that the dictionary does not exist. So just to prove my point, you can see now it says name data is not defined. That means that it cannot find data, and that is absolutely correct because we just deleted the data dictionary. Now we are going to look at how to copy the dictionary. Okay, how to make a copy of the dictionary we have. Now, one way that, what you must be thinking right now is that what if, can't we just create another variable and then just, assign our dictionary to it? What happens then? Yeah, you can do that. And say if I print, data, and then I print the data to dictionary. If I print those, see, yeah, I duplicated it. Okay, but the problem here is that, let me show you. So suppose I update the name inside my data to dictionary and say I update it to Ravina. Okay, so what I'm expecting is that I create, I'm saying that I'm creating a copy and then I'm updating the name key to Ravina. Now what I'm expecting is that my data to dictionary's name should be updated to Ravina. Okay, so I execute. Here you can see that even if I just updated data to Ravina, the name key inside the data dictionary is also updated to Ravina. So what happened here is that instead of creating a copy of the dictionary, what it did is it created just a variable and then it pointed it to the same dictionary. And so here you did not create a copy of the dictionary. Here you just have another reference to the same dictionary. So how to tackle this? If you want to create a copy of the dictionary, what you can do is you can do data dot copy and then you assign it to another variable. So here now, since that data2 is another copy of my dictionary, when I update its name to Ravina, I'm expecting that my data dictionary is untouched and only data2 values are updated. So if I execute, oh, spelling mistake here, it should be copy. Okay, now you can see that the name is pseudocoder in the first dictionary, and then in the second dictionary it has been updated to Ravina. So that is the dot copy method that is used to copy the dictionary. Okay. The last topic here for today is that I want to talk about nested dictionaries. Okay, so nested dictionaries means you can have a dictionary inside a dictionary. Okay, so how does that work? Is, for example, you have this data, okay, and then say I have another dictionary. So I'm just going to get rid of this for now. So say I have another dictionary where I say I have a dictionary called records and I have it as empty for now. Now I want to add dictionaries inside this dictionary. So for example, say this is data, let's call it data 1. And suppose I have another dictionary called data 2. Here I have, pseudocoder and then Python, say I have DBMS. Okay. Now I want to add both of these dictionaries inside my records dictionary. So what does it look like? What you can do is records and then just add, data 1 and just assign it the data 1 dictionary. and you can do it again for the data 2 dictionary. So you can do something like, key is data 2 and then the value is data 2. Now, when I print this, now what's going to happen here is that it is going to create a key of data 1 and then the value is going to be the whole dictionary. Okay, so let me just print that out. So I execute this. Here you can see that in this dictionary, the key is data 1 and after colon there comes the value. So the value is again a dictionary. Okay, and then there is a data 2 key and then again a value as a dictionary. So this is something called nested dictionaries, and this is something good to know when you are parsing JSONs, trying to get some values from a JSON object. This is how it looks like. It's basically object inside object. Okay, so this is nested dictionary. I hope this explanation was helpful. I hope dictionaries are clear now. So if you like my videos, give it a thumbs up, comment below. That really helps my channel. And if you want to see similar videos, click on the subscribe button, click on the notifications button to get notified whenever I upload new videos. So the next data structure is gonna be uploaded very soon. So keep an eye out for that. Thank you so much for watching and I will see you in the next one. Bye.